guys, welcome to Willoughby. I just have to get my machete out. I was away for 4 days, went to go see my bro in Central Florida. Apparently it's been raining over here for quite a few days. Everything's out of control. I just wanted to give you guys a summer update. Everything's looking good. Please, if you guys got any suggestions, stuff like that, let me know. I'm open for everything because like this, for example, I started with a couple grapevines. I was going to do my blackberries over here. But, you know, if you leave them for a couple days, they get out of control. And apparently the loofahs are taking over. I just seen loofahs all over the place. There's another one over here. There's one over there. And this is not where they're supposed to be. You know, they're annuals. They're not going to be here forever. The grapevine is going to be here. It's going to last. But, I don't know, this looks a little helter-skelter, so I'm thinking I want to move the stuff over there. So today I'm just going to give a walk through the garden, give some updates, my ideas. If you guys have any ideas, I would appreciate it. Alright, so let's get to it. Alright, well, you know what, we can start down this way. The bananas, like you saw the other day we took them down. I don't know, this one here looks like it's a little dry. The bananas here doesn't look like it has a lot of hands on it. It looks a little sorry. It looks a little, you know, Friday the 13th over here, a little scary and stuff like that, dried out. I'm thinking to myself, I hate to, you know, these things that I've grown myself, I almost feel like the creator, you know? You had all these things there and you don't really want to chop them down because you want them, you love them all the same and you don't really want to get rid of any one of them. But I'm thinking to myself, you know, maybe for the greater good, you got to maybe chop her down because she's not looking too healthy. The stem is not that green. The leaves, too many of them broke. You know, it needs a certain amount of green leaves to supply the energy. And she's looking sad. She's only got, I was looking at it when I just got back today, she's got a half one over here. Like we talked about the day, I think it takes 27 leaves till it starts producing. But the leaves are what, you know, photosynthesizes, what takes the energy from the sun and makes the bananas grow. So this one doesn't look too good. So I think for the rest of the bananas in here, it might be good just to take her out and, you know, just deal with it like that. Give some more loving to those guys there. Don't forget her, but, you know, she did her part. It was my fault because I let too many in there. Thought on those, on the bananas. Another thought was, these hugelkultur mounds. You know, I love the idea. I'm not digging it. It's taking a lot of room here. It's not breaking down as fast as I want. I know I'm a little impatient. I took after my mother. My mother's side, everybody, all those Italians on that side are very impatient. This has only been here a year and a half. I know it takes a long time because there's some big logs in there from the mango tree that broke down. But so I'm thinking of breaking down all my hugelkultur mounds. I'm going to leave. Maybe I'll leave this one. I'm going to break it down, put some small logs in there, fill it in with more compost that we got going around here. Because I want to really get some zucchinis, some squashes, some pumpkins growing on there. I think it'd be pretty cool on a mound, growing on a mound. And the other hugelkultur mounds we got over there, I'm going to take out the biggest logs, set them aside, maybe over there. My neighbor has that tree that's just killing everything over there. It's very sunny. I'll leave it over there so it can take years to break down. I won't mind about that. Another thing I was thinking about, this moringa tree, no matter how much we take off it, it just keeps giving more and more and more. So what I'm thinking of doing, I'm going to do a separate video about just moringa. We're going to bust it down, take them out, show how we dry it for, like, you know, the stuff that they mix in smoothies and stuff like that. Show you what I do when we saute it for as a vegetable, you know, with put in our soups and stuff like that. How we use it in our salads. And we're going to do a little chop and drop on this just to show you how quick this thing grows, because this thing shouldn't be this thick. We should be chopping it down, like almost down to here, and it'll grow. I mean, I could take this off here and just put it in the ground and down to the other side of the house, and it'll grow. And I might do that once I clear out some of these mounds. I'll have a lot more room. I don't think I have as many trees as I think I have. I think the last count was 33 real fruit trees, not counting the bananas and the berries, you know, the blackberries and stuff like that. I've seen YouTube videos about guys at the same size lot that I got, like at 10 times, like 200, you know, kind of trees in there. Is stack and pack might be the way to go, but you know, we'll get there. Also, I was thinking this sage. The sage is crazy. This one is not as abundant as the other one right behind us over there. This flowering. I'm a chef. I use a lot of sage, but there's a lot of sage here. Might be worth doing a little video for you guys showing you how to preserve the sage. You know, either drying it, putting it in oils, or flavoring oils. Doing something with that. I think I'm going to do that. Cut this back a little bit. All these trees here, even these pollinators here, I cut them back. They're just out of control. And it's amazing what 4 days not being in the forest and coming back and looking at it, it's like, oh my God, everything looks like it's, you know, out of control. Because it's got a good brain here, and everything is like, you know, growing. I mean, that's what it does. Look at the floor. I mean, it's got so many weeds coming up and stuff like that weren't here. I didn't remember this much green. I mean, it's green manure. You know, we'll just take out the weed whacker and chop it up. I really need to get some wood chips in here, because I'm getting down to, I don't know, maybe 5 inches of wood chips in here. I'd really like to be at 12. I don't feel the bounce anymore. So we're going to work on that as well this summer. Hopefully we'll get them. This is our wheat tea that we started. Look at that. I haven't mixed it in 4 days, so it's probably anaerobic. You could smell it from a mile away. It's ready. It's ready to go. And I'm not going to do it today because I just got home from a trip from Central Florida. I'm kind of tired, but sometime during this week we'll dilute it 50-50 and put it around some of these trees over here. The olive trees that we moved over, for the most part, didn't suffer too much shock. She's looking all right. This one looks perfect. And the other one over there, she's doing men's amends, so. You know, each tree, each plant is like us. Every person's different, every plant is different. I think she's going to be all right. I was kind of thinking today, next to the rosemary, things like the flavors combined. This rosemary next to the olive is going to give, it's without a doubt, they're going to mix together the flavors, and it's going to be a nice combination. I was thinking about my herb spile over there. In theory, it looks nice when you first start it with the rosemary on top, but that's perennial. And then we got all the other herbs around it. I might change that. It's cool, but we'll talk about that when we get it back around. All right. So the bananas, again, this is the one that we took the majority of them. We took a bunch of bananas. My brothers, we made smoothies. We made banana cakes. Did a bunch of different things. I took a bunch to the guys at work. We ate bananas forever. One of the things I would change, I think, instead of taking the whole thing down, when we take the whole thing down like this, we're not going to hang it up anymore in the patio like that. We're going to take each hand off, you know, because if you look at them, each one has 3. Each one of those curves on it is 3. There's always 3. There's 1 and 2 and 3. And then it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't know if you can see it. See what looks like a half moon? This looks like caterpillars on there. Those are the hands that create the bananas, right? So when we hang it up in the patio, we're going to cut each one while it's still unripe, and then put them in different baskets or something that gets some air through it. And the ones that we want to eat right away, we'll put them in paper bags so the methane gas does its job and yellows them right away. Because what we left it over there, they all turned yellow at the same time, and 140 bananas or whatever it was is a lot of banana seeds at the same time. You know, yeah, you can freeze them, make smoothies, this and that, but I'm going to give it a different try next time. All right, so that's my thinking on that one. As far as the citrus, I moved all the citrus over here. This tangerine, didn't like the transplant. I mean, I cut it back really, really hard. It's been getting a lot of rain in here. This is not a dwarf, so you're supposed to keep dwarfs in these kind of pots, but we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm sure if I cut it down to one of these nodes over here, it'll come back. This one here, cheapie that I bought, apparently the holes are clogged on it, so I got to put a drainage holes in there because this is definitely soggy feet. Not good. Get out of this, Scruff. We got a grapefruit in here. It's a new one I just got. It was a beautiful one. I just couldn't give it up. It was on sale. It was like $6. So you know what? Give me a shot. Even though I was going to stay away from citrus. But imagine, this is Florida. Florida's supposed to be the state of citrus. And I can't grow citrus. What the hell is going on here? You know what I'm saying? Alright. So let's keep going. Move, you squeaky. Huh. Back to here are those couple zucchinis and squashes still doing good, pretty good with those plastic collars. They should be a lot further along. Here's one over here. It's looking pretty good that the night crawlers didn't eat. There's another one here. Might make it. There's a couple here. There's another one. You know, you leave nature alone, it's going to do its thing. You know, it's survival. It's survival. It's very hard to kill something once it starts growing. Just like us. I mean, we want to survive. You know what I'm saying? We got down this way. I finally cut out all the purslane that was here. I mean, I harvested a lot of it, but I cut it down because I don't want it taking over my brick pavers. So I just took the weed whacker out here, chopped it all up. I'm going to rake it up tomorrow. It'll be my green manure. It's a shame to do that. Purslane is kind of hard to preserve. You know, it's one of those things that you got to eat like fresh, almost like an arugula or a romaine or a lettuce. You can't freeze it. You can't put it in the oil. You can't really do anything with it except eat it fresh when it's fresh. You know, so you know, it hurt me to cut this all down, but I don't want it to start taking over everything over here. Plus, the stuff that I threw in the compost pile is already like just growing out of crazy. You know, it's growing for nothing. This, like I said, the herb spiral, even though it looks cool, you know, it was my first attempt at doing one. Everything grows in there. The rosemary, I don't think I would do it again because it kind of takes control of the whole thing. It's very powerful, very, you know, dominant flavor. I might take it out of there, put it back in one of those pots, even take it to work because I could use it over there more than I can here. And just concentrate one flavor, maybe just like different types of mints. You know, a chocolate mint, a peppermint, a spearmint, all these different types of mints we could put in here. Things in the same family. I think that would be cool. Or even different types of basil, even though basil, you know, is more of an annual than a perennial. But I think that's what I'm going to do on this thing. I'm going to take this apart and see how that works. Not take the whole thing apart, but just take the major ones out and keep the same family in there. As far as the romaine's the project's doing pretty good. I think she's doing very well. You know, I don't think I'm going to transplant them. I'm just going to let them go. You see, they're starting to come up. And this is the Cos. The Cos variety that grows very well here in South Florida. Of course, you got these airborne weeds and stuff like that. Just keep pulling them out. But you see, as we go down, it progresses. These are a little bigger than those. And towards the end, the ones I just planted a few days ago, and they'll come up later. That's the whole idea. So as we're eating those, these will be growing. So we don't have the whole, you know, crop coming up and eat lettuce coming out of your ears at the same time like we do with the bananas. You know what I'm saying? So, another thing I wanted to show you guys is this guava tree gives a lot of guavas, but the problem is I like to get them really big like this one. I just picked it out. I picked it today because I'm so tired of them falling off. You know, I said, I'm going to pick this well. Let me wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow will be even better. And then look, you look down here. See right down there? There's a beautiful one, a big one. A huge one. And I have like 3 or 4 of those last week. It just fell down. It's like, yeah, I'll pick it tomorrow because it's almost ready. But as soon as it hits the floor, the bugs start getting their ways in there. You know, I've took them inside, put them in the refrigerator on a paper dish, and you wake up next morning and see all kinds of little creepy crawlies dead there. Not good. So I think I'm going to pick them off the tree a little greener, like this, nice and firm. Still smell good. There's still a bunch on here. I pruned this back pretty hard a couple weeks ago, but there's still a lot of them. I think I've lost more than I've eaten. So that's going to be my new strategy on that. All right. So we got a new addition to the family. This one here, just planted before I went to my brother's. It's called a Rio Grande cherry. It's almost like the Groomy Chama I got there. It's basically a tree that gives like a cherry type fruit. And so this one, hopefully, it's going to be. It does very good here in tropical climates. I haven't seen one in anybody's garden that I know here in South Florida, but as far as I know, it should do well here, and it's closest to a cherry, a real cherry that we can get here in South Florida. You know, cherries, as you know, grow in colder states. So I got this one here, and I got my Gurmichama. My elderberry's doing very well. My kumquat here is doing very well. I was thinking I might have to cut this here, but if I keep it back, I want it to just pass the trellis. It's going to get maybe 12, 15 feet high. It'll be all right. Strawberry pole, you know, it looks cool. Things like that. I don't know. It just, the watering system was hard to figure out. I had like a 2-gallon thing funnel on top of it to catch the rainwater and stuff. In theory, it sounds good. It looks good on you know, on YouTube and videos, stuff like that. But my experience, it just doesn't cut it. Only the ones that actually get the water on the bottom, because logical, you know, gravity feed is going to drop the water down, and the water's going to go there. These things are dry, sin. These things are wet as sin. But I don't know. I think the strawberries better. I'm just going to let them roll out towards the fence over there on the floor. You know, they throw out the runners just like sweet potatoes do. They should do fine. This thing, will find another use for it. Maybe I'll find an herb that's, yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll just find a little herb that I could put in there. Different ones that don't grow too big. Annuals. Put it in this thing. Move it out of here. Put it in the sun because everything over here is like killing it. My acerola, my Barbados cherry here. I haven't had time, really. I love it. It's my favorite juice. When I go to Brazil, that's what I drink. You know, I drink acerola juice, pure, with no sugar, no nothing. I like the tartness of it. Super energy drink, high in vitamin C. Especially, you know, you wake up that morning, you ain't got any energy, you go there to grab a bunch of these fruits there, throw it in the blender, beat it up, put a little ice in there, delish. I haven't had time to get it. Most of the birds are eating them. The dog is eating them. Good for him. You know, got to give back some too. But I got to get my ass out here and do this kind of stuff. I just planted another tree over here. Starfruit, because starfruit used to give us. It was one of the original trees that were here. I didn't plant it when I bought this house. There was starfruit down there, but the hurricane knocks it out. My son loves it. He loves them in the salad. To me, I think they got no taste, but you know, they're all right. They look nice. They make the dishes look pretty. So I bought this one here. It was very big already, nice. Transplanted the tangerine that was here, put it in a pot. I think it's going to like it over here. It's going to grow a little taller. These guys here, I don't know what I'm going to do with these pomegranates. I got to get in there. I've been thinking about putting them more, tying the bases closer, so almost like a bamboo when you see those bamboos tied together, so it becomes more of a tree. They've been very finicky. I don't know what the problem is. They're just now filling up. They're full of thorns and stuff like that, so I don't know what we're going to do, but I'll keep you guys updated on that. The graviola is doing excellent. This here, my fruit cocktail tree, got some kind of, I don't know if it's a fungus or if it's, there's some kind of bugs that look like a fungus. I don't know what I think. I'm going to put some hydrogen peroxide on there, keep it organic. Let's see what happens over here, because it'd be a shame to lose this thing. It's the first time it's starting to leave out. Okay, back here are berries over here, the mulberry tree. I love this tree. I'm in love with it, and this is my baby. It's doing great. I cut it back really, really hard, but I'm pretty sure that next month it's going to be giving us lots of mulberries. When I was at my brother's house this past few days, we had some blackberry wine from Tennessee, and I was thinking to myself, it was good, it was nice, you taste the fruit, but mulberry has much better flavor than a blackberry. I'm thinking to myself, if I can get enough of these blue mulberries out of here, we're going to make an awesome wine. I've been doing my research on it. My mom and dad used to make wine in New York when I was growing up. Not that hard. You get the brewer's yeast in it, put it in the barrels, let it ferment. So we're going to give that a shot. Hopefully you guys will be around to see that one. This is our other zapote. This is doing excellent. I chopped it back down. Moved it a little more centered, trying to make a tree out of it. She's doing all right. Some of these things smell really bad. I got some of those weed teas in there, haven't been moving. I had to cover this one because I couldn't take the stench. Tomorrow, I'm going to take care of all this stuff, divide it out. This here, my wife's cousin gave me this little coconut, which I got a couple of them there for over a year and they haven't done anything. This one's ready to plant, ready to root. Supposedly she says it's a maypan. I hope it is. I don't like those really tall ones. Hopefully she's ready to plant, that's for sure. We're going to have to find a nice spot for her. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to have to take up some of Scruffy's space over there, get rid of some of that grass. Because my neighbor on that side has a coconut as well. I think it'd be nice to be next to each other. You know, plants are like us too. They have feelings, right? They want to be next to their own kind. Alright, so, let me show you guys this. Well, look at the growth on this just in 4 days. So here's the baby, and the one behind it goes from there all the way down to there. It's almost 2 feet, I would imagine. We got a couple more that showed up on here. These guys are really, really lightweight. I think I cut the root the other day when I was trying to fix something there, so these guys are not going to do anything. We got another one that showed up over there. But hey, check that out. See if you can zoom in on there, Ju. Camera girl is Juliana, my best girl in the world. Look at those. You see those 2 dragon fruits there? Pink already? We'll take a walk over there in a little bit. Check this out. All the pups that we took out, all doing good. Here's all the pups. Those banana pups. You know what? Let's get rid of these things, because these things are just taking away, zapping the energy from the main plant. So let's chop and drop those suckers. So they're doing pretty good, huh? I told you guys, bananas are really hard to kill. It's a grass. It's hard to kill. Over here, these bananas are the same problem as the other ones. See how dry the stem is? See how it's not green? It's not pretty. It's not doing too good. And this has been here for a while, but it's only got, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5.5 hands on it. You know, each one of these is called a hand because it looks like a baseball glove, right? So I don't know about this one. I might chop her down. She's not doing too good in the shade neither. Bananas like more sun than shade. But check this out, guys. There's the other 2 babies that we were looking at. There's one of them and another one right there. So that's going to be 3 total on this one this year. And I got a little bonus this year, a little kumquat that's growing up there. I'm going to have to take that out. Thinking about, we was talking about the hugelkulturs. I'm thinking about tearing them down. That one there, this one here is our 3 hugelkulturs. So I'm going to take the main big ones, put it over here underneath the shade, let them take their time to decompose. I'm going to take out the little branches and all that stuff. Most of our compost, put it out there on the east side by the pool, where we can do some pumpkins, some zucchinis, some squashes, those kind of things that I want to get going over there. This one over here, she's not going to do anything neither because of the shade. There's too much shade in here. Sweet potatoes are growing here. Regular potatoes, I'm not sure. Well, look at this. I got a papaya growing in here. Just from throwing pits in here. You know, because this was an original compost. That's a papaya. I'm going to take her out, put her in a thing, in a pot, probably give it to somebody. Or I might have room for another papaya in here. I'm going to take out these passion fruits in here. I'm not liking the way they're killer vines on the other side here. My neighbor's got these vines that just taking over. I mean, these things are just brutal and not helpful for anybody. I'm going to take her out of here. I'm going to put it on the side over there where the grape is. And that's what I was thinking about for, you know, next month's coming. This is our update. This here, our white mulberry here. She's been having a hard time since we had the hurricane. A couple limbs from that tree, the big tree, my neighbor's tree, fell down and snapped her. She's been having a really hard time. I mean, I tried to piece her together and stuff. She's a survivor. She's swinging. You know what I'm saying? But it's taking a long time. So we're going to give her the benefit of the doubt. We're going to keep her going. But like I said, if she don't do good, we're going to have to thin the herd. And it's written in the Bible. Things that don't go fruit. Jesus Christ is walking one day with his disciples, and he looked at a fig tree and said, "Does this tree have any fruit on it?" The disciples said no. He said, take it out. There you go. You know what I'm saying? So it's good for Jesus, it's good for me. All right. So this was the other one. Grumi Chama, the other cherry. It's doing pretty good. I took out most of the branches on here. After I did, I was researching. I was like, did I do the right thing? They say not to, but she seems to be having some explosive growth on it. So I'm not sure. You can't believe everything you read on the internet. She's doing all right. What I'm going to have to do is pull these things back. This guava, it's getting nuts. And she needs a little bit more sun. And that's where we stand right now. Alright guys, so that's another episode. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. And as always, will it be homegrown, fresh, organic, or will it be GMO, insecticide, suicide? 2 thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button. See you next week.